Well, my house is full of tanks because I got tanks upstairs, tanks downstairs. Some you can move and others you cannot move.
I like to go out in the country and off the beaten path, and there's no way of doing that when you're handling a huge oxygen tank. So I was feeling kind of isolated and a prisoner in my own home.
I really didn't want to leave the house. You know, it's almost like something out of the Hollywood movies where this old, decrepit person is wandering around with these green bottles.
Well, we wouldn't attempt to go if we went with tanks. We wouldn't attempt to go anywhere. We would never see anything. We would never do anything. Travel, you know, we're in the golden years.
The gauge is on there, but you can't carry enough tanks. When you run out, you're out.
The first day I had Inogen, I was able to do things I hadn't been able to do for 4 months because I was on heavy tanks, and it was like freedom. I got my life back. I became a human again. I really love my Inogen.
The Inogen has helped us along very much, do the things we wanted to do, go the places we wanted to see.
Inogen opened the door because I can do just about everything any normal person can do.
I couldn't do anything. My wife had to do everything. I mean, I couldn't even help her lift up a bag of fertilizer. Well, I can do that now.
Well, what surprises me with using Inogen is that it's just so easy to manage because I strap it on my shoulder and I can go all over the place without even thinking about it.
Inogen gives me freedom in that I can go any place. I don't have to worry about running out of air because it works off of room air, and it's always ready.
When I got the Inogen, it makes such a big difference that I can do in just about anything I want to do.
What surprised me most probably about my Inogen was the ease with which I could use it. And I wasn't going to run out of oxygen ever. And it was a very secure feeling and a very free feeling, and it was wonderful.
The beauty of this is that Judy has a light machine, and I think they call it the G4, and you can just hold it in your hand and you don't even know you got it. No problem with it at all. It's very easy to work. Mount Rushmore is about 5,000 plus feet above sea level. If I didn't have the Inogen, I could not have gone there. I could not have survived there.
I took a riverboat cruise on the Mississippi, and I went from Memphis to New Orleans and ports in between, including going to the bayou in a little boat and holding an alligator to get my picture taken. I could not have done that trip without Inogen.
Before we got Inogen, our life was really at a standstill. We've traveled all of our life, and this was a real life-saving for us that now we can travel again.
I've never had a problem with my machine, and I've had it for, 2-3 years now? I can't quite remember. I think about 3 years. And it has worked like a champ.
I've dealt directly with the factory. They're fantastic. Luckily, the units are working beautifully, so I've never had a problem with them. But every time I talk to them, they're great.
If it wasn't for Inogen One, we couldn't go to the theater, we couldn't go to concerts, we couldn't go to nurseries, all the things we both like to do.
I can exercise, and I don't have to worry about running out of oxygen. It's plugged in right next to me, and I can do it just like everybody else can.
I don't feel restricted anymore. I could feel that I could look at travel brochures and start thinking about traveling again.
You might want to realize that not only is Inogen worth the money that you might spend for it, it's the best unit on the market. I spent hours and hours researching all of them. Went to oxygen stores and checked them out. There's nothing like it. It's if you ever wanted to buy the Rolls Royce of anything, I would buy this piece of equipment as soon as you can.
You did a fabulous job. You made something that's going to be great for everybody that has a problem like I do.
Since we have gotten Inogen, I want you to know I see him happier, I see him smiling. He's thinking of all the things that we can get into now. I can't almost keep up with him.
Oh, do I think Inogen is worth the money? Oh, man. you better believe it's worth every single penny of it. How do you put a price tag on a life that you feel you're really living, not just dragging around in?